Hello folks, welcome back. In this video, we are going to discuss what window-based pop-ups are, also known as alerts. Okay, so handling alerts. Handling window-based pop-ups in Java with Selenium can be done using various techniques depending on the type of pop-up you are dealing with. Okay, some of the common types of pop-ups you could encounter are alert pop-ups, model dialogues, or iframe pop-ups as well. Okay, in this video, we are going to discuss alert pop-ups, and in the later videos, we'll cover model dialogues, and we'll touch the iframe pop-ups when we talk about handling iframes. Okay, so alerts. Alerts are also known as alert pop-ups or window/browser-based pop-ups, and we'll talk about why that is in just a moment. To handle alerts with Selenium, you can use the alert interface from the Selenium library. First, you will have to switch to the alert using the switch to method. Okay, methods you can use with the alert interface are accept, dismiss, get text, and send keys, and in this video we'll talk about some of these and how you can use them. Okay, so let's hop over to the actual practice site we've been using all along. Okay, so on the practice site here, you'll see that we have a functionality here that has two buttons. Okay, the switch to alert example. So we have alert and confirm. So when we go ahead and click on alert, let's go ahead and click on it, you see we get this pop-up here. Okay, this alert here, or this browser-based pop-up, also known as a window-based pop-up. Okay, and we can simply click OK. This one right here, confirm. When you click on confirm, we have two options. So we have OK and cancel. Okay, so let's talk about alerts for just a moment. Okay, so when you are handling an alert, also known as a browser-based pop-up or window-based pop-ups, these are not web-based pop-ups. Okay, the reason for this is because an alert is a component of the actual browser, not the actual website. Because of this, you cannot even inspect the elements of an alert. You cannot inspect the element you cannot inspect any element in the alert. For example, we can't inspect this button here. We cannot inspect this text here, and so on. Okay. However, Selenium provides some features in their library to handle these alerts. Okay. Now, again, I like to remind you that these are not web-based pop-ups. Okay. Because of that, we cannot inspect the HTML information of any of these elements here. Alerts are part of, they're components of a browser. Okay. And if you recall really well, okay, if you try to remember this very well, in the beginning of the course, we mentioned that Selenium cannot automate desktop applications. However, the browser, like for example, Google Chrome or Edge or Firefox, those are actual desktop applications. Okay. However, they work a little bit different when it comes to, the test automation that we're doing. Okay. So how do we handle them? Let's go over to VS Code. I went ahead and created a class called alerts. Okay. And I went ahead and copied most of the code that we had here from the previous videos that is just navigating to the website. Okay. And on line 23 and 24, what I'm doing is this. There's this little text box here where you can enter your name. So for example, I'll go ahead and enter, let's say, Chroma Tech Academy. Okay. And when you go ahead and click on either of these buttons here, an alert pops up, but you'll also see the name that you've entered here as well. You should see it. Okay. Now, you don't have to enter any text here. You can just click on alert or confirm, but you won't see the name here. However, with my script, I am entering a name here. So that's what I'm doing here on line 23 and 24. Okay, so I've inspected the element of that alert text box, okay, as you can see here, and I've assigned it to type web element, and I'm just doing alert text box dot send keys, and I'm entering, or I'm sending Chroma Tech Academy as a text. Okay, and after I do this, I basically automated both scenarios here. So I'll show you scenario number one that clicks on this button that only has the OK button here. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and comment out line 27 and 28. Okay, and I'll get back to line 29 in just a moment. Okay, but here what I'm doing is I'm locating again that alert button, assigning it to variable alert button of type web element, and I'm just clicking on it right here. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this program and let's make sure it works. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's make sure it works. The browser opens. We want to see Selenium. Click on the alert button, and there it is. It worked. Okay, so there we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this. Okay, and now how do we get past this part here, or handling this alert? So I'm going to skip over to lines 35. I'm going to go ahead and uncomment line 35, and what I'm doing here, folks, is I'm using the switch to method and switching to the alert interface. Okay, so I'm doing driver.switch to .alert, but I'm assigning it to a variable called alert of type alert. Okay, and you don't have to do this. I'm just doing it to write cleaner code. If you really wanted to, you could just write everything out again like this, switch to alert, and then continue calling some of the methods that you may want to interact with or use. Okay, for example, accept, dismiss, and so on. But I'm just writing this to write cleaner code. You can go ahead and write it however you like. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and uncomment line 37. Okay, and 38. Here what I'm using is I'm using the get text method. Okay, now Selenium has two get text methods. Some we've already used in the previous videos, okay, where we can get the text of web elements. Here, this get text method is also from the Selenium library, but we can use it to get the text of alerts. Okay, and this get text method is part of the again, we can use it using the alert interface. Okay, once we've switched to that alert. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this program. Okay, and all we want to see is hopefully get the text of the alert we are interacting with. Okay, so here we go. The browser opens. Selenium clicks on this alert button here, and there is the alert. Okay, so let's go ahead and close this. Okay, go ahead and terminate this run. And you see here in the debug console, hello Chroma Tech Academy, this is the text of the alert. So just like that, we can get the text of the alert. Now, I'm just printing it right now. However, I'd like to mention that right now at this time, we're not doing anything with our test case that verifies that this is the text that we are expecting. In the later videos, we'll talk about assertions and how to verify how to add verification points to our test cases. Okay, but let's move forward. On line 40, I'm going to use the accept method. Okay, the accept method is used to confirm a positive scenario. Okay, so what that means is if there's okay, if there is yes, or anything that's a positive scenario, this is where we can use this method. Okay, and that's what Selenium would do. So let's go ahead and run this. Okay. And we want Selenium to, again, click the button, open the alert, and so on. So there it is. And actually, let me go ahead and close this out. We actually didn't see anything because it happened really fast, okay? And this may happen to you depending on your internet speed. That's the reason for line 29. So I'm gonna go ahead and uncomment line 29 to slow down the program, to pause the program for 2 seconds after clicking on the alert button. I'd like to remind you that once you type this code out for the first time, you will have an error, okay? And I'll show you what kind of error you'll have just to give you a reminder. Let me go ahead and remove this. If you go ahead and add thread.sleep, you'll get an error like this. Just make sure to click on it, click on the bulb. And the reason for this is because we need to handle this checked exception, okay? So for now, I'm just gonna throw it. I'm gonna add the throws declaration at the method signature here, okay? This method signature here, and we should be good to go, okay? So go ahead and do that. And now what I'm doing is I am clicking on the alert button. I'm sleeping the program for 2 seconds just to be able to see everything, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and run this program. Let's see if the alert gets clicked on. There it is for 2 seconds. We get the text and we use the accept method to move forward, and there it is, okay? So that's how we can use the getText method and the accept method, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and comment out the accept method for now. I'm going to comment out line 27, 28, and 29, and now I want to interact with lines 32 and 33, which click on the other button here. this one here that has OK and cancel, so that we can see how we can use the dismiss method. One thing though is we know it's going to go fairly quick. Let me just go ahead and copy this thread.sleep here from line 29 and add it here. Okay, so the program can slow down for 2 seconds, and I'm going to comment out line 42. Okay, just like this. Okay, so again, we want Selenium to click on that button, see the alert, get the text of the alert, and then just click cancel. Let's see how this works. Okay, so here it is. The browser opens. Selenium clicks on confirm button. Let's see, there it goes. We saw it worked, and there we can go ahead and close this. Okay, and we'll go ahead and terminate this execution now. Okay, so there we see the text here. Okay, it printed out. Okay, we use the dismiss method, and again, the dismiss method is to confirm a negative scenario, either click cancel or no, basically doing the opposite of the accept method. Okay, now at the time of this video, folks, I don't have a feature here where we can use the send keys method. I'll go ahead and develop that, so possibly later when you're using the practice site, you can use the send keys method like this. So I'll use the variable alert dot send keys, and you can just go ahead and enter a text in an alert if you need to. This is not a popular feature nowadays with modern applications, but it's still good to know. Okay, keep that in mind. Now that we've covered driver.close or driver.quit, let's get in the habit of quitting the WebDriver at the end of our program. Usually what I like to do to slow down the program so that we don't see the browser close so fast, I like to just add a thread.sleep for 2 seconds here. This is just for example's sake, not saying that you should use it in your actual automation. I just want you guys to see everything that happens and so on. Okay, we definitely don't want to be using hard sleeps in our automated tests the way we are doing it right now. Okay, so if I go ahead and run all of this test case again, okay, there it is. The browser opens, we get through the alert, and then we get driver.quit, and there it is. Okay, so let's go back and recap what we just discussed. Okay, so alerts, we talked about that there are different types of pop-ups. In this video we covered alerts. In the next videos we'll cover model dialogues and iframe pop-ups, but here are some things that you should remember about alerts, and this is a very popular interview question topic, by the way. So to switch to an alert, you have to use the switch to method. Okay, and some of the methods you can use are the accept, dismiss, get text, and send keys. To confirm a positive scenario, you can use the accept method. To confirm a negative scenario, you can use the dismiss method. To get the text of an alert, as we did, we can use the get text method. And to send text to an alert, you can use the send keys method. Okay, so go ahead and write this code out, and I'll see you guys in the next video.